Don't buy a new Bambu Lab printer in 2025 before watching this. That could have been the title of the press release released by Bambu Lab themselves. And I have to say, I took 1 month off 3D printing, going back home to Sweden for some vacation, and I come back to the weirdest news I've ever seen. So, Bambu Lab releases not only a brand new 3D printer that everyone should just be absolutely crazy about, but somehow that is not the biggest news in the 3D printing world these days, because at the same time, and I think this is like unique, I've never seen this happening before, at the same time, they're releasing a press release basically saying that maybe not everyone should buy this new printer that we just released. Okay, sorry about that. As you can tell, this today and this week is a very busy day because I'm just trying to get back on everything that I've missed since I left for Sweden, including getting some spare parts for my Bambu Lab A1, which sadly has been down for, well, 2 months now, but 1 month because I've been traveling. And I'm just trying to catch up on everything that I missed. And it turns out that we now have something called an H2S, we have something called an H2C, and apparently there's a company called Snapmaker who has also made a 3D printer, which I have to say I actually had no idea about as a company before doing some research about this video. But let's take everything from the beginning. So Bambu Lab just released a brand new 3D printer called the H2S, which is available right now as you are watching this video, unless you only want the actual printer and not the combo version, because only the printer will be available, I think, in October all over the world. And just to make this as absolutely simple as possible, the H2S is more or less a single nozzle version of the H2D. And if you, just like myself, thought that the 2 in H2D meant 2 nozzles, it just means, I think, that it's the second generation of flagship printers from Bambu Lab. Instead, it is the D that stands for dual nozzles and the S in the H2S that stands for single nozzle. And I think I also got an email about some referral codes. So if anyone is planning on purchasing, I think, any new printer, just let me know. Contact me below. I will try to figure out a way so you can get some nice discounts and at the same time also help me and support this channel so we can talk more about 3D printing every single week. But then again, at the same time, Bambu Lab releases a press release saying, wait a minute, we do have this new printer, but just so you know, we will have another new printer coming later this year, which is called the H2C. But I guess we also have to wait and see what this C stands for in this new H2C. Maybe it stands for change, since they've completely changed the way the nozzle changes nozzle, since it has like a completely different nozzle swapping technology called the Vortex system, or it's just a C as in Christmas, since that is when this H2C will be released. So although this H2 Christmas version is not going to be available until end of this year, it does feel like Christmas is early this year. And these are only the printers from Bambu Lab, because we of course have tons of other companies as well who also releases new printers, including Snapmaker, who has this tool changer up on Kickstarter. I have to be completely honest, I had never heard about Snapmaker before I saw this Kickstarter. Although it is a Kickstarter, Snapmaker is a very well experienced company. I have read some mixed reviews regarding their previous printers and maybe their previous customer service. I don't know anything about them personally as a company, and also about this printer. I just want you to know that there are other options which are much more affordable than the upcoming H2C as well. I should also mention that if you have purchased an H2D from Bambu Lab, or you maybe just like myself are still very much interested in this dual nozzle setup, Bambu Lab has said that you can actually upgrade your H2D and technically also your new H2S to an H2C, although that is not something they recommend from beginners such as myself, so that is not something that I'm gonna do, especially since Bambu Lab themselves has said that this is around a 6-hour assembly, and I assume that is for non-beginners who already has experience setting these things up, so that is definitely not something that I will try myself, but hopefully we can somehow get at least an H2D here in the studio very soon. But at the same time, as some of you might already know, I am located here in Taiwan. And last weekend we did have Taiwan's largest, and I guess technically officially only 3D printing fair, which of course I also had to check out just to see how the future looks like when it comes to 3D printing, both here in Taiwan, here in Asia, but also of course around the world. And we will of course start with the one company that made this entire YouTube channel possible in the first place, which is 3D Mart here in Taiwan. It's thanks to this guy in particular that I even have a YouTube channel. Thank you so much for all the support, Artem.
Thank you, man. We're always glad to help you. We are in Taiwan from 2014, so it's been like almost 11 years. Here we also display the Bambu Lab printers. Probably your subscribers already very familiar with the Bambu Lab printers, so I don't need to go too deep into technology. I just can mention that we have H2D, then we have the AMS2 Pro, which I don't think you have yet. So
not yet.
So
what do we do about that?
Yeah, so we have to find a way to deal with that with you. So the main thing is that it can heat the filaments. Then there is a AMS HT, which is the high temperature AMS, which can take the moisture out from the industrial plastics. We have a very big sample out of the PPS, which was printed on the H2D. I expect it to be very strong.
That was a very scientific test.
A very scientific test.
Any specific Bambu Lab printer you recommend?
If you are a beginner, just take yourself the A1. People saw it on your channel. And A1 is the cheapest, easiest to use, and just works. And also we start to sell scanners. This is the RevoPoint 3D scanners. If somebody haven't used it before, you would just take the scanner like this, and you need to get the CAD model of this part. You would just scan it like the usual camera. It feels like a usual camera. It uses lasers, and you will get the design on your computer in 3D. So metal 3D printer. It uses the metal powder, put it layer by layer and sinter with the laser. So basically you can put different alloys into this printer: stainless steel, aluminum, and titanium. So then it kind of like sinter it, melt it together layer by layer.
Next up is another Taiwanese company, but maybe the Taiwanese company when you talk about 3D printing, specifically SLS and resin 3D printing, and that is Phrozen, who recently also made their first entrance into the FDM, or as I like to call it, normal 3D printing world as well. Who are you, and what do we have right there?
Well, I'm Craig. You can call me Craig. This is our Arco machine. It switches color slightly faster than the competition. It also has a dehumidifier inside. And we made like a bunch of cool tools with it so far. Look at this lantern. If this was dark, this would look much cooler.
And that was Phrozen and their Arco FDM printer. There is still a lot more to cover here, but I think that I will actually do this on my own, head back to my studio, and then just give you a recap and the one thing that I have noticed that I think might be the future of 3D printing. Yeah, this might have been maybe a little bit too advanced even for myself, or maybe just like more focused on like enterprise and companies. But something that I thought was very, very interesting here in Asia, specifically, like I'm basing all of this based on that one trade show that I went to, something that I think might be very much closer in the future than I thought before I went to this fair, are these, I don't even know if it's called like resin printing or if there's some other kind of technology, but these kind of like special, let's call them resin printers, that you could just scan yourself, take a photo of yourself, and then you can get a little miniature of yourself looking just like cute, same as these, like, you know, my Taiwan bear with the I love you sign, because it's Chinese Valentine's Day today as I'm recording this video. I saw a lot of different companies having this, not selling the printers, but selling like the service. And I think maybe this has already like been happening for like years, and I just have not really paid attention to this. But I feel like this could be something that would be how 3D printing becomes mainstream. Hear me out. I think that a good chance of it to be mainstream, at least here in Asia, will be a much, much smaller printer, where you basically have like different colors of resin that you would have like the, what is it, CYKU, like, you know, the four colors that you can mix to make like all different kinds of, like a normal printer, like an actual 3D normal printer style. So you would just have to care about four colors, and then something will mix and match, and then it will come out looking cute. When that happens, I think that 3D printing would be something that like everyone maybe not have, but they will know someone who has it, and it will become like very normal. Other than that, again, I'm super busy just trying to catch up, honestly. And I also got my first laser engraver from EM Smart. I don't know how smart it was to send me a laser engraver because I don't know anything about it, but I am gonna definitely try to check this out. And if any one of you have any laser engraving experience, please do let me know. Apparently I'm supposed to use something called Lightburn, but I honestly have no experience. I have never heard of Lightburn before. I don't know what I'm doing. So if anyone could just point me in the right direction. What's your favorite laser engraving YouTubers? And if you have just heard about laser engraving, but you're a 3D printer and you don't really know why you would need a laser engraver, just ask me any question that you might want about laser engraving. I have no idea right now, but I will definitely find it out for you and show you everything that I have learned in a future video. But until then, thank you so much for watching this video. My name is Lucas. Start with L as in like, ends with S as in subscribe. Please do both, and see you all in the next one.